Seeing lots of yeses come through in the chat. And of course, you guys will get the slides after today's presentation, so don't worry about having to memorize all those right now. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about SAT math. This is also relevant to ACT math, PSAT math, really any standardized test math. How many parents here have a student who struggles with math a bit? If so, we're going to go over how to solve math problems without using any algebra, okay? And so in this case, this is an example of a practice problem. It says, what is the positive solution to the given equation? 2x squared plus 6x is equal to 20. So you could solve this with factoring quadratic algebra, okay? You could absolutely use the Desmos calculator. You can use factoring quadratic algebra, but I'm going to teach you how to solve this using a special prep expert strategy called TAC, okay? So TAC stands for test answer choices, okay? So what does that mean? TAC means to substitute the answer choices back into the problem, okay? So pay attention here. We're going to substitute the answer choices back into the problem. We're going to test each answer choice with the original algebraic expression. Test to see which answer choice works. Test when there are variables in the problem and numbers in the answers, all right? So what do you guys notice? There are variables in the problem, the x's, and numbers in the answer choices. So we can just test the answer choices. If we test answer choice A and we plug in 2 for x, what do you guys notice? Well, 2 times 2 squared is going to be 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 6 times 2, so 8 plus 12 gives us 20. So what's our answer here, guys? A. Did we use any algebra to solve this question? Did anyone use algebra here? Did we use any algebra? No, we did not. All we did is we tested the answer choice 2 for x, and we found that it worked. Now, of course, we got really lucky. The first answer choice we tested worked, but you could test answer choice B, you could test answer choice C, you could test answer choice D, and you will see that none of them work. None of them give you 20. They give you 80, 68 over 25, 40, right? And so does everyone see how that strategy works? As your student learned this in high school, I'm guessing some of you might have, some math teachers do teach this, but most don't. Testing answer choices allows you to bypass traditional algebra on SAT math problems. Why? Because it takes advantage of the multiple choice nature of the digital SAT. This only works because the SAT has multiple choice questions. Does anyone know why algebra teachers don't typically give you multiple choice tests? Why does your algebra teacher in high school not give you a multiple choice test? Well, because you could just do what we just did, which was plug in the answer choices into the variables and solve the question without having to do any algebra, right? No, algebra teachers want you to show your work. But guess what? The SAT, the digital SAT math section, 80% of the questions are multiple choice. That means 80% of the time, about 75% of the time actually, you can plug in the answer choices to help you solve the problems, all right? Khan Academy also doesn't teach you strategies such as this because, again, they wouldn't game the test. These are the types of strategies your child would learn in Prep Expert Online SAT and ACT courses, as well as PSAT courses. Again, I'll talk more about those at the end of today's webinar. But was that helpful from a math perspective for your students' upcoming SAT, ACT, PSAT? All right, I'm seeing lots of yeses come through in the chat. Perfect. Now, let's get to reading. How many parents here have a student who struggles